Here we have AP calculus AB problem. Okay, let's go with the information. Let G be a continuous function on the closed interval -1, 3, where G of -1 equals to -2 and G of 3 equals to -5. Which of the following is guaranteed by the intermediate value theorem? Okay, before we start solving this problem, first let's understand what is intermediate value theorem. Okay, now let me consider a function g of x, and let me consider the two values of the function g of x at x equals to a and x equals to b, and let me say that g of a is a smaller value and g of b is a larger value. Okay, now the corresponding value of x over here is a, that is x equals to a, and the corresponding value of x over here is that is b, then we can write x equals to b. Okay, now let me consider a value for g of x between this g of a and g of b. Let's say that value is capital N. Okay, so if there is a value capital N between the two values of the function g of x, that is g of a and g of b, then there must be a value for x, that is x equals to c, between these two values. So this is called intermediate value theorem. Okay, now we can replace the stuff over here, this one, this one, this one, by the given stuff. So like instead of g of a is a smaller value of the given function. So we have two values for the function g of x, -2 and -5. Which one is smaller? That is -5. So that is given by g of 3. So we can replace this g of x by g of 3 equals to -5. I'm writing the smaller value first. Okay, the larger value of the given function is -2, that is given by g of -1. Then we have g of -1 equals to -2. So here let me write the corresponding values of x. Let me write it. So here for this one, the corresponding value of x is 3, that is x equals to 3, and here the corresponding value of x is -1. Okay, now n is a value, capital N is a value between g of 3 and g of -1. Particularly the n is capital N is a value between -5 and -2. So now here when I go over the given answer choices, we have two different values for g of c, -3 and 0. So in option C again, option C and option D, the same values are repeated. So we have two different values for g of c. So in these two different values, 0 and -3, we have to find the one which comes between these two values of g of x, -5 and -2. So clearly this value -3 comes between -5 and -2, and 0 does not come between -5 and -2. Since 0 does not come between the given two values of the given function g of x, we can reject option B and option C. So because definitely it's not possible, because we don't get this value of the function 0 between the given two values of g of x, -5 and -2. Okay, now either option A or option D can be correct. So now we have to decide. Okay, as we have discussed intermediate value theorem, so capital N is a value between the given two values of the function -5 and -2. Then there must be a value of there must be a value for x, that is x equals to c, between these two values, -1 and +3. Okay, so when I go over the first option A, c is the value of x is between -5 and -2. No, it's not possible, because we have discussed clearly c is the value between -1 and +3. So we can reject option A as well. So option D has to be correct. Anyways, we can verify that one too. Already we have verified this one, that is g of c is equal to -3, and -3 is a value between -5 and -2. Okay, now let's verify this stuff, that is c is a value between -1 and 3. So it satisfies the condition what we have discussed over here, that is c is the value, it has to be between -1 and 3, the same stuff we have here. So the correct answer choice for this question is option D.